Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Well, if you are applying for scholarships, some deadlines are coming up very fast, and with those deadlines also comes scams. So we're going to tell you the steps that you can follow to avoid getting scammed.
And September is Hunger Action Awareness Month. The efforts happening around the city to fight hunger and how you can help.
Plus, Uvalde CISD's board working to release all of the district's records from the Robb Elementary School shooting. What we know this morning after a judge's order.
Okay, it is Tuesday, September 9th. Nice to have you along here on what I'm told, because I have not been outside, I'm told is a beautiful and a fantastic morning outside.
It's been great. It's a nice little break.
Need to get outside.
You can step outside
Need
for
to figure out a way to get outside.
Commercial break.
Let's go outside right now through the power of live cam. We haven't invented the technology yet that will allow you to feel what's actually on the live cam, but we can show you how nice it is outside, and Justin can explain it.
I have petitioned before to let us do the show live in the courtyard.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But it would take a lot of wires and stuff, so, you know.
Exactly.
Maybe soon.
Soon, one of these days, because it is so beautiful out there. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s. This is where we started. These are the low temperatures that we've seen. 65 in San Antonio, got all the way down to 58 in Kerrville, 59 in Fredericksburg, 62 in Gonzales. So it was a great, great start, but temperatures are starting to warm up. We are now at 73. 71 in New Braunfels, 73 Converse. We got a light northeasterly wind, but a lot of dry air, and that's one of the big reasons that we saw those temperatures dip the way they did this morning. Conversely, it will also help us warm up quite fast today. 85 noontime, 89 at 2 o'clock. 92 will be our high temperature, and we do have a lot of heat in the forecast, but do we have any more triple digits? We'll answer that question for you here in just a couple minutes.
Okay, this morning, Uvalde CISD's board says their new legal team will work to release all of the district's records from the Robb Elementary School shooting.
And as KSAT investigates, Danielle Ibarra explains this comes more than a month after a judge ordered the district to hand everything over.
The board says they didn't need to vote last night because they had already voted last month to release everything. They did ask their newly hired legal team to work on handing over what our attorneys believe could be close to 1 million documents. The board talked about the records with their new attorneys, Thompson Horton, for 2 hours behind closed doors last night. KSAT 12 and other news agencies have spent the last 3 years in a court battle to see these records. We want to get a better understanding of what led up to and what happened on May 24th of 2022. Before last night, the board voted to release records twice, but they didn't give us everything. Our attorneys say we're missing records about former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo, emails and texts about classroom doors and locks, and more records about the shooter. Several board members say their other legal representation, Walsh Gallegos, misled them. Two people directly affected by the shooting described the pain from that delay.
This is exhausting. This is like never-ending lies, betrayal, and cover-ups.
I don't know what you have to do to get the truth out of people, but if you want to move on in this town, we need the answers.
The board didn't say when we would get to see those records for ourselves. They did say that newly hired legal firm is working to hand over everything quickly. For GMSA, I'm Danielle Ibarra.
Thank you, Daniela. Well, San Antonio police need your help in finding the person who shot and killed a 21-year-old man. So back on September 1st, Aaron Collins was chased around his Westwood Loop apartment and shot in the chest. That suspect got away in a silver Mercedes with a lighted front emblem and damage to the rear driver's side bumper. A white GMC pickup was also seen nearby.
Well, a judge has now granted Brad Simpson more communication with his son. He is the man charged in the murder of his wife, Suzanne Simpson, after she disappeared nearly a year ago. Prosecutors were also given a deadline extension. The state now has until September 22nd to fix a formatting issue for evidence handed over in the murder trial. The defense could not open the files because of that issue. So now, again, both sides will meet again on September 22nd when a trial date could be set. Well, if you've been looking for a school campus to rent for your business, this is your chance. After nearly 2 years, we are closer to finding out what could become of the San Antonio ISD's closed campuses.
Well, this week, the San Antonio ISD opened up the bids to lease its vacant buildings, and they are soliciting proposals from people or organizations who want to lease the buildings or property around it. So they are open residential rentals, commercial, and land leases. Now, because of that low enrollment back in 2023, the board announced the closure of 15 campuses. They launched community surveys and property studies to see what type of use was best for those vacant buildings.
We've also made a link available to you on KSAT.com. The proposals have a series of questions, requirements like a financial plan, security plan, and a project timeline. Bids close on October 17th, so you have about 39 days left.
Well, September is Hunger Action Awareness Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank has partnered with a number of architecture firms and colleges to let people know they can help in a big way.
Yeah, it's a yearly event called Construction, and you can see some of the towering creations right now. Our Devin Karp is live over at North Star Mall, not far from the big boots, but some big displays there with you this month, Devin.
Oh yeah, you guys might recognize this friendly little blue guy behind me. Ohana means family, and that means no one gets left behind or left hungry, according to the designers of this. We've got Stitch right over here from Luna Architecture. Just take a look at some of the detail, by the way. These are all cans, and I gotta say, they are not glued together. This is expertly put together with different levels, making sure that it's all balanced. That's what's coming out of architecture teams, and it's made with more than 6,000 cans. But one of the best parts of Construction is that all of these cans are going to go right to families across our area. So this is a yearly event. It's the 18th Construction. The San Antonio Food Bank works with the San Antonio Chapter for Design Administration and the American Institute of Architecture to put together 8 teams made up of working professionals and even some local college students, all who can make those can art sculptures out of thousands of cans and a little bit of tape. The food bank says since this was started 17 years ago, it's donated 600,000 pounds of food. And it's all worth it to inspire neighbors to think about their community. Students from San Antonio colleges say that while their creation, while creative, took a lot of work to put together.
So we did Bambi, and it's kind of hard. He's like a very large body, and figuring out the leg situation and everything is kind of difficult. It's exciting to make something like that, but then also have a functioning, helpful purpose, you know?
So the sculptures are all here and ready for everyone to see. They're on the first floor of the North Star Mall, and all 8 of them are scattered around here. Now here's one of the parts where you guys can get interested and involved. You see this sign right here? There's a little QR code. You can vote for the People's Choice Award. The voting is going to close Saturday, September 20th at 9 o'clock, and then the winner is going to be announced on the 26th. In the meantime, though, these guys are going to be up here for the rest of the month, and I mean, it's pretty impressive to see all the creativity that's on display here. We're going to be here throughout the rest of GMSA at 9, taking a look at some of the different ones across the mall, and maybe you guys can let me know some of your favorites. For now, I'll send it back to you all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you, Devin.
Wow.
Well, and during this month for Hunger Action Awareness, KSAT is teaming up with the San Antonio Food Bank to help combat food insecurity in our area.
And here to tell us more about that is the Chief Philanthropy Officer at the San Antonio Food Bank, Michael Guerra, who was with us on GMSA Plus a little while ago. So we appreciate you coming back.
You bet.
By popular demand. So the winning entries from Construction ultimately go on display at the food bank, right?
That's a cool thing, you know. So the one that they announced, the Sugar Skull that was shown just now with Devin, that's going to be in our lobby
Unbelievable.
at the end of the month. So it's awesome. It'll replace Garfield, who's been in there for a year with us. But then it's cool, you know, there were collegiate teams yesterday also from San Antonio College, and we heard the interview with Love, and then one from UTSA. Well, the winning structure there was the San Antonio College one, and it's going to go in a Broadway Bank lobby because they underwrote that too. So a lot of fun.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's, but then they're like, wait, we have to rebuild this again.
Yes. A labor of love, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
It's all for good cause.
Yeah.
Definitely. Speaking of good cause, there are a lot of ways that people can help out this month.
Yeah, it is Hunger Awareness Month, and we're encouraging people just to learn about the issues, but also to take action. And I'm in orange today because it's Hunger Action Day.
Yeah.
We're going orange for Hunger Action Day. But yeah, lots of ways I think people can get involved. But I think, you know, just at the end of the day, it's sometimes neighbor taking care of neighbor. You know, I could tell you all about food drives and $1 provides 10 meals, but sometimes it's just as simple as have we checked on our neighbor who might be hurting, right? Whether it's just social isolation or just some other physical things that they need, like food. But you know, so the food bank offers a variety of ways people can help neighbors take care of neighbors. We were talking earlier about volunteering. That's certainly, you know, that's at no cost. Hey, let's give time. And I think what we see is there's healing that takes place in us when we're just selflessly giving, right? We just get outside of ourselves, and it makes us feel healthier in many, many ways, and there's some medical benefits to that.
Right.
But yeah, the gift of giving, of course, the dollar provides 10 pounds of food, and there's great community partners that are also helping us give back in September, just like HEB. You can donate while you're getting your groceries right there at the register.
Oh, yeah.
Very convenient there,
donation.
yes, to add that on.
Make it easy for folks.
We are approaching the holidays, obviously, so there are opportunities for people to, they might be feeling a little more generous in the giving spirit, but you mentioned giving time, and I was commenting earlier about just social media. So many people that are active on social media,
yes.
You can share whatever you guys are posting or just help raise awareness, or wear orange.
Yeah, we're at SA Food Bank across all social channels, and every day our team's out there posting, especially during Hunger Action Month. We have a 30 Ways in 30 Days calendar that here's a different action you can take during the month of September to give back to the community. And so yeah, check that out and follow us on social. The gift of voice is something that's really important to us, right? Helping people understand and learn about just what hunger and food insecurity is like in our community.
Well, maybe on social media, someone could put some of the 12 most wanted items or most needed items, I should say.
And it's from diapers and baby food, to things kids like, peanut butter, mac and cheese, but also we're feeding the four-leggeds as well. So
pet food.
Pet food, yeah, for sure. And, volunteers, you can see some of the work here. They're packing boxes, they're loading cars, lots of ways to give back. We're at the Haven for Hope Kitchen, and a lot of people enjoy kind of that experience of helping make a meal and then serving to somebody who's kind of unhoused and at the Haven campus right now. It's just a great experience.
And Michael, I know, a lot of people can go to the website and kind of find specifically like what type of volunteering they'd like to do or how to donate. But let's just say we have some people who might have a little trouble with the website. Is there a number that they can keep in mind or some other way to reach out?
Yeah, our main number is 337-3663, of course, area code 210. But you can just call the main number of the San Antonio Food Bank website, talk to the receptionist and say, I need help volunteering. And I have a great team that's there. They take calls every day, all day, and bilingual. And any way we need to do that, we'll make it work. And a lot of times, especially for groups, it might be a church group, a school group. They need a little extra attention, like, hey, I have 40 kids, or I have 20 adults, or it looks like this shift is full. Is there any way you could fit us in? Just call us, and the team is ready to help people do that for sure.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael, for sharing that with us and for being here this morning with us.
Thank you all for helping us tell the story and being a part of Hunger Action Month. We love KSAT for that.
And we love you guys. safoodbank.org. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, 9:10 right now. It is 73 degrees outside. I had to double check that. More to come on GMSA at 9.
I know, hard to believe, 73. Yeah. Well, high interest rates and home prices have pushed many buyers out of the market in the past. So coming up, how this could now be benefiting new home buyers.
And a video gone viral for the wrong reasons. It happened here in San Antonio, how one thief got away with thousands of dollars of pricey bags. It's coming up.
Well, here's today's 9 at 9, and we start off with a theft caught on camera. So a person caught stealing multiple Louis Vuitton purses at the Louis Vuitton store at La Cantera. So this video has gone viral on TikTok, and the thief was seen wearing a wig and a mask. And so far, police have not identified that suspect.
South Korea considers the U.S. its closest ally, but that relationship may now be strained after Immigration and Customs Enforcement recently detained about 300 South Koreans at a Hyundai LG plant in Georgia. South Korea's foreign minister is in Washington today working to ease those tensions.
Well, jury selection is underway for the man accused of trying to assassinate Donald Trump last year. Ryan Ruth defending himself, but the judge called his jury questions too political, including on the war in Gaza and even helping a turtle in the road. So jury picking continues today with opening statements expected on Thursday.
U.S. tariffs hit car companies hard in July. Automakers paid more than $1.4 billion to import cars and parts from Canada and Mexico. The 25% tariff started this spring. Companies like GM, Ford, Tesla, and Hyundai assemble here, but they still rely on parts from North America, paying nearly $300 million in tariffs last month.
Well, high interest rates and high home prices have chased a lot of potential buyers out of the housing market, and now that may be helping the buyers that are left. So experts say with fewer potential buyers, some sellers are starting to make concessions. So that helped push median home prices down a bit in some of the metro areas over the summer.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved large-scale human trials of pig kidney transplants. The biotech company eGenesis says its gene-edited pigs are bred so that their organs are more compatible with humans. Right now, more than 100,000 people are waiting for an organ donation, and most of them are kidneys.
Well, nearly half of the people with diabetes worldwide do not know that they have it. A new study found that 44% of those 15 and older are undiagnosed. So younger people in lower income countries struggle most with the diagnosis. Experts say catching it early is crucial to avoid the long-term health issues.
New iPhones are expected at an Apple event set to kick off later today, and the star could be the rumored iPhone Air. There's been talk lately about a slimmed-down iPhone that follows the lead of devices like the MacBook Air.
McDonald's relaunched their discount menu on Monday, and it was eliminated back in 2019 and will remain, though, through the rest of the year. So this meal deal will include some of McDonald's most popular items, including the Egg McMuffin, the Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, and the Quarter Pounder. Is it bad if I say delicious?
No, not at all.
I know
No
it's
judgment here.
Not at all.
Okay,
No, I
great.
mean, I can't do it every day, but
Yeah,
I've been known to indulge. Sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
same here. Thanks, friends. Thanks for not judging.
welcome. No judgment here.
It's about lunchtime, too.
Yeah,
Hey,
no kidding.
take a look at this picture, guys. This was from last night. So cool. I always love this. It's called a crepuscular ray, okay? So what's going on here? Sometimes you can see this at sunrise and sunset. So just beyond the horizon often we get some, or when you see this, you get some clouds and the sun rays get shadowed by that. So it always looks like a just a cool streak through the sky, but very cool. And we appreciate you submitting those photos. A lot of good ones too of the moon last night as well. We'll try to show a couple of those. Temperatures right now 73 degrees at the airport, 64 Kerrville, 76 in Carrizo Springs, 75 right now in Cotulla. It's been a cool morning. We started off in the 60s and even 50s in the hill country. Dew point is going to be an important number here, and one of the reasons that we're seeing these cool temperatures this morning is because the dew point fell off, and we're almost in the pleasant category. If you walk outside, you can just kind of feel it, less humidity. It will also give us those warmer temperatures this afternoon. It'll be a dry heat when we make our way up to 92 for a high today. 93 Pleasanton, 93 in Carrizo Springs. All in all, these numbers aren't bad. I mean, these are pretty close to average, but we are going to have a hot week, as we've been discussing. And the question I've been getting a lot now, are we done with the triple digits? Fair question. We've had 20 so far this year, which is right about average. Hasn't been too horrible of a summer. But if you look at the climatology here, our latest 100-degree day, and by the way, we've kept records since 1885, our latest 100-degree day is September 28th, and that was back in 2005. And on that day, we got up to 104. So it goes to show you we still can get there. I think the odds of that happening are going down pretty quickly, but it can happen. So I'm not going to unequivocally say we won't see 100 again, but I can tell you it's not in the forecast, at least over the next 7 days or so. Even despite the fact that we have high pressure overhead, which lends itself to some warm temperatures, we'll be looking at mid-90s. But this redirects any sort of rain away from South Texas. Most of the active weather will be out across the Intermountain West and the West Coast, and then also the East Coast with this high pressure just kind of meandering about and basically continuing to influence our weather. All right, a little bit of a countdown for you. Fall begins officially in 13 days. Halloween is 52 days away. Daylight saving time ends in 53 days, so roughly about 24 hours after Halloween, we fall back. Thanksgiving is 79 days away, and I put this on there because I think it is a very important date. A&M versus Texas in Austin. Let's hope it's a consequential game like it was last year. 80 days away from that, obviously the day after Thanksgiving. And Christmas is 107 days away. So just a couple of notes for your calendar there. As we mentioned, we'll be up around 92 this afternoon. 94 tomorrow, 96 Thursday, mid-90s going into the weekend, maybe a bit more cloud cover by the weekend. Morning lows drift up a little bit, but all in all, kind of the main takeaway here is nice mornings, hot afternoon.
Yeah, but even in the afternoon, if we find some shade, it can be even more tolerable as opposed to a very humid day.
Always glass half full, Steph. And
That's what we love
why
about it.
we love you.
That's what we love about it.
Oh, thanks.
Let's go with that.
All right. Thank you,
sir.
Justin.
All right, 921, 73 degrees outside right now.
Well, as the deadline approaches for most scholarships, it is very important to be aware of those scams. So after the break, what you need to know to avoid financial troubles. Well, welcome back. It's 9:24, and the start of a new school year means thinking ahead to college for many people in high school.
So if you're applying for scholarships, some of those deadlines are quickly approaching. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has tips for applying for aid and how to avoid getting scammed.
College continues to skyrocket, with some private universities costing students close to $100,000 a year when you combine tuition and other costs. As those costs rise, more students are turning to financial aid. Last fiscal year, the U.S. Department of Education administered about $120 billion worth of federal student aid, including loans and work-study funds. Nearly 10 million students receiving it. There are several different types of financial scholarships and grants you can apply for, and experts warn to stick with legitimate government websites. The site for the free application for federal student aid form, known as FAFSA, ends in a .gov.
Legitimate scholarships will never ask you for an upfront payment.
Melanie Roller is the head of retail bank fraud at Capital One. She says scammers are getting smarter and more advanced. They'll use urgent language like "take action now."
Scammers know that this is a real dynamic, and that's why they are so persistent in trying to take advantage of students and their parents at this very vulnerable moment.
The Department of Education says you'll never be asked for a credit card number when filling out the FAFSA form online. If you are, that's a red flag.
It's very important to never share sensitive information that is in response to an unsolicited call, email, or text message.
If you do think you've been targeted in a scam, you can go to the Better Business Bureau's website. They have a tracking tool to report it and look up other complaints. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, welcome back. It's 9:30 now. Why did it take so long for a Kerrville man with repeated run-ins with the law and a felony record to finally face significant justice?
Records uncovered by KSAT Investigates show James Hunter Schmidt founded the Kerr County Sheriff's Foundation. That's the agency's fundraising arm, weeks after pleading guilty to 2 felony charges.
What is your relationship with Sheriff Larry Letha?
Oh, I don't have one.
Okay.
So
I think social media would tell a different story.
Yeah, no, I don't have one. I appreciate it though. Thanks.
What was your role with the Sheriff's Office Foundation?
I don't have one at the moment. So.
No, what was it?
I don't have one.
What was your role?
I'm good, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Informed as we can.
Well, Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha now trying to distance his office from Schmidt. And of course, Dylan Collier spent a significant amount of time tracking down the story and joins us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
I think that was a little awkward to say the least, but clearly there's something going on there. So walk us through Hunter Schmidt's criminal history there in Kerr County.
Yeah, in Kerr County alone, we have multiple convictions for drunk driving, 2 family violence convictions, and an arrest for felony injury to the elderly, which was reduced to attempted injury as part of a plea deal in May 2021, which we now know was shortly before he founded this Kerr County Sheriff's Foundation.
Well, with all this happening, we understand that he took on a role of raising money for the sheriff's office as well.
Yeah, 5 weeks after pleading guilty to felony DWI and that attempted injury to the elderly charge, Schmidt was listed as a director, registered agent, and first president on formation and tax paperwork for the foundation. And as you can see in foundation photos, was seated side by side with Letha on stage at a kickoff gala for that group.
And I mean, Sheriff Letha, let's be honest, has been under a lot of pressure and been in the news a lot just related to the flooding and everything. And so this is on top of all of that. He's got this.
Yeah, and this was a situation that had been years in the making. I believe it came to us in the form of a tip because Letha had been in the news recently. I think a lot of law enforcement, first responders in Kerr County maybe flew under the radar. Some of the things that were happening up there. Obviously, since the July 4th floods, that's a different situation. Right. Our news team spends a lot of time in Kerr County, and situations like this now come to light.
Yeah, we seemingly have somebody over there every day.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. I was going to ask you how that came to light. Were there multiple tips or just one?
Multiple tips, and it was one of those things where we get a tip, we look into the court records, and then put together the timeline. And yeah, I mean, he founded this agency, the fundraising arm of the sheriff's office, a mere 5 weeks after being placed on felony probation.
Yeah.
I would understand how people would be reaching out to you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we look forward to the story tonight. Thank you, Dylan, for joining us this morning. And as always, that full investigation is coming up tonight on the Night Beat.
Okay, and we appreciate Dylan. And for more KSAT Investigate stories, or if you have something that you would like them to look into, maybe you have a tip of your own, you can scan the QR code on your screen and connect with Dylan or Danielle or anybody on the KSAT Investigates team.
Let's step outside. Hopefully you can. Ernie has.
I would love to step outside.
It's 73 degrees. I'm telling him he needs to walk out just for the commercial
about
break.
27 minutes we'll step outside.
Yeah, there you go.
The problem is you waited too long, Ernie. Because those temperatures
Story of my life.
Warming up. Yeah.
All right.
A little bit earlier would have been better. Hey, it's still pretty nice. Don't get me wrong. We're at 73 right now. Hey, pollen count is in. Yesterday, the numbers were around 1,000 for molds. They've gone a little higher now, 2,470. Not as bad as the weekend, but still a problem. And that's probably the main reason we've seen some sniffling and sneezing. Fall elm has come up too. It's one that we typically watch this time of year, and it is on the rise. Ragweed is low at 20. And as we take a look at a KSAT Connect picture here, this is the blood moon from last night. Clever here. It says, "Aren't you glad we had clear skies tonight?" Indeed. Well done. Yes, the moon, that beautiful kind of orangish color as it was rising last night. Thank you so much for the picture. And we got quite a few on KSAT Connect if you want to go check them out online. 10 a.m., 78, 85 noontime, 92 is where we end up today. Warm afternoon with sunny skies all day long. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Let's take a quick look out there with our TransGuide cameras. Earlier, things were looking better. There's a shot there, I-35 at Highway 90. The only thing that's popping up on the TxDOT web page as far as like problems, looks like there was a small crash that happened over at 281 at Wurzbach Parkway southbound. So not on your screen, but just be aware of that. Highway 281 at Wurzbach Parkway. Well, September, as you know, is Hunger Action Awareness Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank, who we talked to earlier, has partnered with a number of architecture firms and colleges to let people know that they can help in a big way.
Yeah, and a yearly event called Construction is the perfect way to start. Our Devin Karp is live this morning at North Star Mall to tell us more about this event, and I still cannot believe that calavera, that skull behind you there. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah, this is crazy, by the way. Just take a look at the skull. This is more than 7,000 cans, 7,001 to be precise. And you might be wondering where that number comes from. Well, this is solid cans all the way through. There is nothing hollow here, and this isn't glued down. There's no duct tape. This is all structural integrity. It's being held together thanks to the work of one of the local architecture firms that is here working with Construction to make sure that people get a fun way to see some of the ways that they can donate to the San Antonio Food Bank while showing just some of the creativity you can do with it. One of the best parts of all these cans is that they can all go towards thousands of families across our area. So this is the 17th annual Construction. How it works is they partner with different students and architecture firms along with the San Antonio chapter of the Design Administration and the American Institute of Architecture. There's 8 teams made up of some students and some working professionals, all who can work and make these art sculptures out of thousands of cans and just a little bit of tape. The food bank says since this was started 17 years ago, it's donated 600,000 pounds of food, and it's all worth it to inspire neighbors to think about their community.
It's an inspiration for maybe kids who are growing up who didn't think, oh, architects and engineers can do that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. But I think secondly, it's design and it's architecture with a purpose, right? And the purpose is raising awareness in our community.
So the sculptures are now up and ready for everyone to see. They're on the first floor of the North Star Mall, and all 8 of them are scattered around. And here's one of the fun parts. You can get in on some of the action if you want to make your voice heard. You can vote for the People's Choice using this QR code right over here. That voting is going to close Saturday, September 20th. They're going to announce the winner on September 26th. There's also signs, too, where you can donate to scan to the San Antonio Food Bank. Just one of the ways that they're going to show this around here and make sure that they can do everything they can to take care of families around our area. It's pretty cool to see, guys. Some of these you have to see for yourself because they're pretty big and tall. It's some awesome work of creativity here. For now, I'm going to keep looking for some of the others. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Very cool. Thank you, Devin. I think I'm going to take my daughter this week to see them.
North Star Mall, yeah, pretty remarkable. Okay. Very good.
Absolutely. Well, moving on to this story, a possible government funding battle might actually benefit many Obamacare recipients.
And a lawsuit involving WhatsApp. Maribel Aber gives us a breakdown in this morning's Money Matters.
So an impending government shutdown fight could impact Affordable Care Act subsidies. The enhanced tax breaks under what's commonly known as Obamacare are set to expire at year's end. Lawmakers face a shutdown deadline on October 1st unless they can strike a funding deal. Democrats could use those negotiations, though, to actually leverage an extension of the Obamacare tax subsidies for millions of Americans. Without a deal, the subsidies will still continue next year, but at a lower rate, making coverage more expensive. Open enrollment in the ACA's health insurance marketplaces begins on November 1st. An ex-Meta employee is suing the social media giant, alleging that the company's WhatsApp messaging service contains security failures that potentially compromise user privacy. The former employee says he discovered that around 1,500 WhatsApp engineers had unrestricted access to sensitive user data. His lawsuit also alleges that Meta leadership, including CEO Mark Zuckerberg, retaliated against him after he came forward. A Meta spokesperson disputed the whistleblower's claims in a statement and downplayed his role in ranking at the company. Dairy Queen celebrated 85 years this past spring, but it's bringing back a birthday bargain for the month of September. So now through the 21st, you can get a Blizzard ice cream treat for just 85 cents. You need to be a DQ Rewards member and place an order of at least $1 or more. The iconic soft serve ice cream and fast food chain opened its first store, did you know, in Joliet, Illinois in 1940. In addition to the 85-cent birthday deal, there's a new fall menu featuring seasonal treats like a pumpkin pie Blizzard and maple cookie shake.
Nice.
It was revealed this morning on GMSA Plus when we were talking to Maribel that she has never in her life had a blizzard.
Really?
And then Jackie Gray dropped a bomb and said that she has never in her life had a blizzard.
What?
That was my reaction.
Okay.
It was literally my reaction.
We need to take her to Dairy Queen.
We need to enlighten both of them here very soon. So, okay. Anyway, we'll work on that. Meanwhile, it's 9:40 right now, 73 degrees outside. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, after the break, Buc-ee's development in Boerne facing more delays. We're going to hear more about why and what people are saying that's concerning them. Well, welcome back. It's 9:44 and another holdup for a Buc-ee's development in Boerne. It has been in the works for almost 10 years now. However, there have been several delays.
It's crazy. I feel like we have been talking about this forever. And John Paul Barajas has the latest chapter. He explains the current issue and what else people are concerned about.
I frankly feel like Buc-ee's has given us the middle finger tonight, and that doesn't sit well with me.
That was the message from the Boerne Planning and Zoning Chair as no Buc-ee's representatives were in attendance during Monday night's zoning meeting.
Buc-ee's is not just a gas station. It's a tourist destination. It's a shopping destination and a mega gas operation with 110 gas pumps.
Buc-ee's development in Boerne off of I-10 and U.S. Business 87 is the center of concern for many who live there.
A lot of people move to Boerne for the small town feel, the country feel, and to see the beautiful sky lit up with stars at night. I can get emotional talking to you about it. That will be gone forever.
The iconic gas station and city of Boerne have had a partnership since 2016. Development and opening has been delayed for a number of issues. Now the holdup is a rezoning issue and a piece of land Buc-ee's wants for employee parking. That stems from its past zoning from 2020, which was never properly updated. However, a majority of residents' complaints stretch much further than just that.
What we don't think of is the unsavory person who stops in. The car thief, the burglar, the pedophile. I'm requesting a concrete or block wall to separate Buc-ee's from the neighborhoods.
Traffic, the gigantic unknown. How massive will the congestion be? The truth is, no one can answer that because traffic studies are not complete.
During the city planning and zoning meeting, those in attendance asking the committee to put a pause on zoning changes until their other worries are addressed. However, not all in attendance were on the same page.
What you're dealing with is a zoning correction. I think you're getting a little lost in what they're trying to build there as opposed to what this is actually attempting to do.
All right, we'll vote and we'll reveal the results.
Ultimately, the committee decided to pass a motion to table the discussion for 60 days, 6-1.
What's next for you?
Continuing the research. You know, there's a lot of documents we requested from the city that we haven't received.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
At least the one on I-35 is pretty busy.
Alive and well there by in the New Braunfels area, right? So.
They're all busy.
Well, that's true.
They're popping up all over the country now.
I've never seen one that's been empty or, you're right. They're all busy.
Yep. Yes, they definitely stay busy. What is not busy is the Atlantic Ocean. We expected
Seriously,
there to be quite a bit of activity out there, and there's just not. Tomorrow is the peak of hurricane season, and I know yesterday we mentioned this, that it's pretty remarkable that there is nothing out there. But I think what makes it even more remarkable, if you could sort of dig through the stats a little bit, usually this time of year there is at least something out there. I mean, you'll have to go way back to find a year in which there's not even a wave that the Hurricane Center is tracking at this point. The conditions are okay. We have warm water. There just doesn't seem to be anything that's getting going yet. Now, we still have plenty of time for there to be some development, and a lot of times you flip a switch and you get 3 or 4 in a row. So let's watch it, but nothing out there right now. In the Pacific, it's a little different story. We have Tropical Storm Kiko here. Now, the tropical storm itself is right here, and it's basically just sort of a low-level swirl. There's not a lot of rain or thunderstorm activity with this. If there is, it's all off to the north and east. Because this is moving into cooler waters, and it may hold its strength for a couple more days here and kick up the surf, by the way, for parts of Hawaii. But for the most part, this moves north of the islands and has not a huge impact there. All right, low temperatures this morning down to 65. And meteorologist Sarah Spivey just informed me that is the lowest temperature since May 12th here in San Antonio. So it's been a while since we've experienced this kind of cool temperatures, and that is really, really nice. 58 was the low in Kerrville, 59 in Fredericksburg, 64 in Victoria. Just a glorious morning. And we're seeing temperatures now starting to warm up and turn that corner. 73 in San Antonio right now, 71 in New Braunfels, 73 in Converse. We got northeasterly winds that continues to hold our drier air mass in place, and I do think it will be dry throughout the day in the sense that we'll have lower humidity. You can kind of see that here on water vapor too. The way the pattern is set up, and that orange color represents drier air, and we see a lot of that across the desert Southwest, but also South Texas, where we are going to see a very quiet stretch here. There is not going to be much to talk about going forward as high pressure takes over. Through the precipitation on here, just to give you an idea of where some of the rain will be in the coming days, it just won't be here. I mean, we may get some showers and storms on the front range of the Rockies with some lows that pull out of the Intermountain West, but we just don't get any here. It's all too far to the north and northwest, and then there will be some unsettled weather for the East Coast. But Texas, by and large, is going to stay rain-free and hot. Our forecast today calls for sunny skies, 82 at 11 a.m. noontime, mid-80s, and then 91 at 3 o'clock, 92 will be our high temperature. And then this evening, you'll see temperatures kind of fall off nicely, 8 p.m., 85. 9 p.m. 83 still with those clear skies. In the extended forecast, 94 Wednesday, 95, 96 Thursday. Take your pick. 94, 95, or 96. You choose. It's like one of those choose your own adventure books.
Oh, I used to
love those.
Well, okay, big fans here. I like it.
Yes.
They were pretty fun. We may get some more clouds by the weekend, but other than that, it is a straightforward forecast.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Well, I wonder if our friends at SA Live had a chance to step outside. I know we're still waiting for you to.
I believe Fiona did leave the building, and so she went outside and experienced the nice weather, but let's find out where she is. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, guys. Well, we are days away from Hispanic Heritage Month, and we are here at Mi Familia at the Rim, of course, where the food is filled with flavor, but also culture and history. And joining us right now is Gerardo Carvajal, and this is just a sampling of, dishes from like breakfast to dinner, right?
That is correct. I should add that we are also celebrating our independence, and so to celebrate that, we have a few dishes here, starting with the chilaquiles famosos, with our chilaquiles, beans and bacon. Ooh. Then we have our steak tan pequeño, which is a ribeye steak, 10-ounce ribeye steak with an green chicken enchilada, rice and beans, guacamole and pico de gallo. Enchiladas verdes, this is one of my favorites right here. They're filled with chicken. They have the green sauce and the sour cream. And then we have the campesino, which is our 2 eggs, beans, and lengua. Have you had lengua before?
No.
It's
I'm going to have to
delicious.
try it. Okay.
Delicious.
All right. Okay, and we are going to be making what coming up?
We're going to make the chile en nogada.
All right.
You don't want to miss that.
No, you don't. All right. More from me, Familia, here at the Rim in just a bit. But, you know, I got to tell you, nothing really makes Jada sweat, you know, but she might be breaking a sweat this morning. Hey there, Jada.
Yes, I sure am. Listen, yesterday we ate enough cake. We had ice cream. We had all the sweets to celebrate our birthday, turning 11 years old. So you know where I am this morning. I'm in the gym, and I got my trainer Ray with me to teach me how to do some things. He got me pushing this sled. I'm trying to get to the end. But when we come up, we're going to be talking more about all the deals. I'm hot. I'm hot. He said, drive it. We'll be talking about TrueFit and all their sweat timber deals coming up. This place is amazing. Thank you so much, Ray. Of course. Come back. We're going to be doing some more training. I'm tossing it back to you for now. See you soon.
Okay, what could possibly go wrong, Jada? Well, September may be back to the grind with everybody and all the kids newly back to school, okay? But for some folks, all over the socials, September is a chance to reset, a chance to lock in for their self-improvement. So that's what we want to know. We want to know, how are you locking in this September for self-improvement? Scan that QR code and let us know what you are going to be working on. And are you a workaholic? Because an expert shares ways to set boundaries to help improve your work-life balance. And Burgers with a Hawaiian Twist, we check out one of the newest must-try spots for all you foodies out there. And this local mom turned bath bombs into a booming business. We show you these handmade products that are exploding online and smell amazing. All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
Are you sorry you didn't burn the tapes? Did you ever order anyone killed? No. Please, do not interrupt me.
The Barbara Walters documentary, Tell Me Everything, is getting its network TV debut. The film, which originally premiered on Hulu and Disney Plus, will air on ABC on September 25th in honor of the late journalism icon's birthday. Disney is the parent company of ABC News.
All I can remember is the seven of us always together.
St. Elmo's Fire is heading back to the big screen for its 40th anniversary. The film, starring Brat Packer's Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, and Andrew McCarthy, is newly restored in 4K. It'll hit theaters for 1 week only, starting October 17th. Celebrities won't stop volunteering to help Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce out with their wedding. Martha Stewart offered to be their wedding planner. The band Foreigner wants to be their wedding band. Now, cake boss Buddy Valastro has offered to make the couple's wedding cake, noting in an Instagram post that he created one for Taylor's Speak Now tour back in 2011.
Happy Gilmore is breaking in yet another caddy he just met.
All right, we're going to go. See, but you bring those. Those always come.
And Adam Sandler is 59 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, we just saw Taylor Swift there. So
Yep.
Swifties, get ready at Target. So the chain announced that it will host midnight openings on Friday, October 3rd. You have some time.
Oh.
So fans can get their hands on T Swift's newest album, The Life of a Showgirl. So about 500 stores nationwide are expected to participate, with locations listed on the company's website.
I believe the line will start in about 5 minutes.
Right?
The retailer will carry I'm kidding, by the way. The store will carry 3 exclusive CD editions of the album as part of its longtime partnership with the pop star. They're hoping the sale will mirror the huge crowds that turned out last November when they sold an exclusive vinyl edition of Swift's The Tortured Poets Department the day after Thanksgiving.
Stupid question. Vinyl I get, but CDs, do we even have?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, I don't. CDs seem to be.
I don't know.
But I guess they're going to come back like cassettes, right?
That's
in vinyl.
true.
You just gotta have something to play them in.
I still have mine. It has the vinyl on top, and then the CD and the cassette. So I'm prepared.
All in one.
Yes.
Entertainment center.
Yes.
So your Walkman too, huh?
Oh, someone stole it.
I do have mine. Oh no.
I missed my Walkman. It was pink too.
Well, of course it was. If you're going on a walk with your Walkman, it's getting a little hotter. 92 today. We'll see mid-90s going into the weekend.
And they did used to skip, by the way. And I'd try to go jogging.
Yeah.
And skip,
yeah, they
and
all
like,
skip.
Hold it like this.
I used to hold it like this.
Yeah, just for your
still skip.
Oh gosh, those were the days. Okay.
Yes.
Enough about our jogging habits. Let's go on to SA Live. Have a fantastic Tuesday.